I am sure that you all will feel enriched with your new knowledge after completion of this webinar. Now the time is for welcome address. On behalf of our Tamilnadu Teachers Education University Center for Civil Services and TNPSC coaching team, we welcome you all. I must mention our deep sense of welcome to our Vice Chancellor, Prof.Dr.N. Panchanadam, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University, and Professor V. Balakrishnan, Register in Charge, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University, and Professor V. Govindan, Dean of Faculty, Controller of Examinations, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University. We welcome you all. Now I would like to welcome our resource person, Dr. N. Ramakrishnan, Member Syndicate, Professor and Head, Department of Educational Technology, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University, Chennai. We welcome you, sir. I extend my gratitude welcome to various college principals, organizing team for encouraging us to conduct a webinar today. We must welcome our participants once again to the webinar and hope that you all will have a great time ahead. Thank you very much. Now I hand over the session to our resource person.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Give me the sharing option. Afternoon to all. Now, this is 9th session in research in education. We are now going to see about scales of measurement in this session. And so far we have discussed 2 units which is given in research in education in UGC. Now this is 3rd unit. That is actually they have put alphabetical alphabets for that, A, B, C. Now this is C, and in this we would like to see, we are going to see scales of measurement. I hope you are all able to see my slide. Are you able to see my slide? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
It's visible. Thank you so much. So in this, let us before from this session onwards, we are going to see a statistical part of research in education, and this is an introduction. And in this introduction, and I think these measures of scales of measurement will give you a basic idea about measurement and the scales. And because this is the base on which we are going to have we are going to see statistical measurements and other things in the future. So first of all, we should have a thorough knowledge about these scales. And this is the unit that I am going to cover in this session. That is types of measurement scale, nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and ratio scale. And after that, I am going to discuss briefly about quantitative data analysis and descriptive data analysis. Descriptive data analysis, in other term, is called as qualitative data analysis. I will give a brief account of qualitative data analysis. In the next session, we will see detailed description about measures of central tendency, variability, fiduciary limits, and graphical presentation of data in the next session. My session for today will be covering only types of measurement scale, nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio scale, quantitative data analysis, and qualitative data analysis, otherwise known as descriptive data analysis. Now let us see what is levels of measurement. Okay, in this slide you can see nominal scale is the first and foremost scale. It's a basic scale, and named variables. Suppose you are arranging your students in your class based on their names. It is nominal scale, and that is next step is ordinal scale, named plus ordered variables. What is that? Named. You have given names like Ramu, Somu, Stephen, Kader, like that. But after naming, it is nominal scale. After naming, then you are going to arrange. You are going to normally in a classroom, and the students will be coming for 30 students. Suppose this is the first class in your 8th standard or 9th standard, that the students will come. You will have different names. But in a class, you will be giving will be giving some roll number 1, 2, 3 like that. You will be giving, and that is nominal scale. Then after that, then ordinal scale. When we come to ordinal scale, then suppose the same students, you are arranging them based on their height, based on their scores in the previous examination. That is known as ordinal scale. And the next one is interval scale. Interval scale named plus order plus proportionate interval between variables. We can take the same example, and in that we can have the range of scores. To what extent that we will discuss, and when we discuss one by one, we will discuss later on. This interval scale, normally the temperature scale and the other scales are used for this interval scale. There's most even for students who are very brilliant and very poor, like that we can have in the classroom. Based on that, if you are arranging your students, that is known as interval scale. And then you can see the ratio scale. Ratio scale in which named first nominal, ordinal, proportional interval between variables. Then here it says that it is accommodating absolute zero. So all of them have come to your class. From today onwards, you are going to see their progress. Okay, you can starting from you are going to start from zero. That today is the first class. Let us assume that, and all the students have come to your 9th standard section, and you are the class teacher. All the students have come to your class, and irrespective of the scores they have obtained, this is the right from today onwards. It is zero. They are starting from zero. So after 1 month, you are going to conduct test. Then you will be seeing the level of achievement between students, and then you will be finding out how students have achieved in my class compared to the other class. That is ratio scale. Now let us see in case nominal scale. Nominal scale and nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. These are the 4 scales, measurement scales. Nominal scale is nothing but categorizing. Okay, suppose in a fruit shop, people are categorizing apples, oranges, and apples, oranges, or some other fruits like that. That is categorizing fruits in a different way. That is nominal scale. Identification, giving roll numbers, and you could have seen in markets, and they could have they will be segregating even in a grocery shop, even in a Reliance shop, we could have seen, and the items of grocery items will be segregated based on the categories. And even rice items you would have seen in rice shops, and category 1, category 2, like that they would have categorized, and they would have kept. That is known as nominal scale. And that is the act of doing that is known as nominal scale. Then ordinal scale, rankings, preferences, most popular brands. So in this, we can give example. For example, suppose if you are asking, so if you are placing an order in an online brand for an online, suppose you are ordering a shoe online, then there will be ranking. So which brand the people like mostly, and which brand the people prefer mostly, like that. There will be status like that. Even in the same rice shops, you could have seen, and people would have arranged the rice bags based on price. Based on price. So the higher price of 55 kg 55 rupees per kg, or 85 rupees per kg, and 35, and in the order they place these rice bags. That is known as ordinal scale. And this interval scale is which has no true zero. That means, and it goes down also. Suppose in a temperature scale, even if it can go below zero, so even you can see minus zero, like that. Suppose if anyone is saying that my son or my brother is working in Kashmir, that he will that time they may refer that the temperature there is below zero, minus zero. That type of scale is known as interval scale, where it has no true zero, because it has no true zero. So below true zero also there are values. If we say that there is no true zero, means below zero also there are values which will be taken into account. Grading in exams, there are some grading system the CBSE schools and other schools, and they are giving grading to the grading even for below 0, like that grading exams. These are all the things which we are having, and even for even for personal variable like liking or disliking, that time that if we are giving some below 0, that also we are taking into account. That is known as interval scale. Then ratio scale is suppose height of a person, the length of a cloth, or marks in exam, or distance between one place to another place, and salaries, and all these things form as ratio. In the ratio scale only, we are going for higher level of computation, statistical computations. But in the nominal scale, can you think of any computation? Just classifying only. We can classify, that's all. We cannot go for higher level of statistics and other things. But that is why that the nominal data and the ordinal data are qualitative data, and interval data and ratio data are known as quantitative data, where it is given in a quantified form, and we can do calculations. Higher level of statistical applications can be applicable only to the interval data and ratio data. That is why it is a quantitative data. And in the nominal data and ordinal data, we are just giving names and we are grouping them based on their height or based on any special preferences, or ordering them. That is why. That is the only thing we are doing. Beyond which we will not do. We will not go for any calculation. That is why it is known as qualitative data. Qualitative data, in other terms, it is we can give some description. Suppose in a fruit shop, you can think how many they have oranges, apples, bananas, and what else? You can pomegranate, like that. And in that, they will be grouping. So these are all apples, these are all these are all bananas, these are all pomegranates, and like that they will group them. And they will give nomination. They order, suppose for the same apple, and they will classify the apple will be ordered in terms of price. When you go to a market, so naturally most of the girls are here, and naturally when you go to market, you could see two or three different varieties of brinjals in the vegetable market. 2 or 3 or 4 varieties, 3 varieties of brinjals, or 2 or 3 varieties of tomatoes, and the shopkeeper will say that, and the one which is on top is 55 rupees per kg. One which is below that is 45 rupees per kg, and one which is placed outside in the down, it is only 30 rupees per kg, like that. So it means they say, and if they have categorized, if they have ordered the same brinjals, tomatoes based on price, it is known as ordinal data. I think now we could have clearly understood about nominal data and ordinal data. I hope so. And this is categories ordering or direction, nominal data. Then order categories, rankings, order scaling. So this is nominal data and ordinal data. Then interval data. Interval has no zero, no true zero. No true zero means it is not confused with no true zero. There are certain items which do not have a zero, true zero. We can see temperature. You can see the temperature. There are other the points which we have in minus also. Below zero is also taken into account. The examples we will see in the next slides. And the ratio data, differences between measurements where true zero exists. For example, a person is getting salary 15,000, another person is getting salary 25,000, and you are comparing, you are giving ratio. He is getting 20. Suppose you can assume in other terms, A is getting salary 30,000 per month, B is getting salary 15,000 per month. You can give ratio because both of them start from zero. That's why they have a true zero. So start from true zero. The 15, the 1:2 is the ratio between A and B, because he is getting 15,000 as salary, he is getting 30,000 as salary. You can put ratio for that, and you can go for higher level of calculations, computations, etc. for this ratio data. And that is possible. That's why this interval scale and the ratio scale, or in quantitative is used for quantitative data analysis, and the nominal data and ordinal data are used for qualitative data analysis. Now let us see one by one detail in a detailed manner. Nominal scale. A categorical variable, also called a nominal variable, is for mutual exclusive but not ordered categories. I have already told you, it is not ordered. You are not ordering. Students are coming to your class. You are asking, you are just giving your class number 1, class number 2, like that. You are giving some name, or you are calling them by name. That is known as nominal scale. Nominal scales are mere codes assigned to objects as tables. They are not measurements. We are not giving any measurements. Suppose in a bookshop, number of books are available, and we are giving barcoding system. Barcoding system is nothing but giving numbers to various type of the different number of books available in the shop, and all of them were fed into computer, and the computer now by click of a button, by shooting that gun which is attached with the computer, you can see the barcode, and if you see the barcode, then immediately the description of the book will come to in your desktop or in your laptop. That means giving some number to the books which you have arrived to your bookshop. And the books may be a different kind, but when it comes to your shop, you are giving some number. This is book number 1. You can take exam. Book number 1, book number 2, B1, B2, B3, like that you are giving. So that is by giving names. That is nominal scale. And in most of the classes, you could have seen in sports, chess number. They will be giving chess number 1, 2, 3, like the chess numbers. By giving just chess numbers, they are not grouping. Chess numbers are not based on their achievements, based on their previous result or not. It is not based on just chess numbers. You can take chess numbers. Everybody will be given chess numbers, and that is nominal scale, not a measure of. It is not a. That's why it is not a measure of quantity. Suppose, for example, again I take the same example of sports persons. Sports persons, when they are ready for 100 meter race, and before that they will be going and giving their names, and after getting their names, and the referee, what they will do, they will have chess numbers, and they will select chess number based on lot. In lot method, suppose a Murugan and 4 or 4 Murugans from name, like that, 5 students have registered their names for 100 meters race, and if they go and approach a referee will be having 5 chess numbers, and he will be using the lot. And if you choose one particular, which chess number you have to, it doesn't mean that the person who is getting first chess number 1 doesn't guarantee that he will be coming first in 100 meters race. That's why it is not a measure of quantity. Giving chess number only a name nominal. That's why it's not a measure of quantity. I hope you would have understood by this time. A measures identity and the difference. People either belong to a group or they do not belong to. So in the classroom itself, we can arrange the students, can categorize people, the country people can categorize people, men, women, transgender, like that. We can categorize people. That's nominal scale. Then sometimes numbers are used to designate category membership. Numbers are given. So what's your, suppose the same, I will give another example. So once you joined in a government service, and you will be assigned a number. That is employment number. That number is valid till your retirement. So you will be given number. Even if you go to a PF account, there we will be given a number. So giving numbers, identifying, classifying, these are all nominal scale. See here, pigs, cows, dogs, apple, orange, tomato. So just classifying, giving names. That's all. This is nominal scale. Now next we'll go to ordinal scale. Ordinal scale is just we are ordering from top to bottom, based on height or based on weight or based on your scores, based on your economic condition, based on your whatever, based on any criteria you can have. And once you order them, that is known as ordinal scale. Let me read. Set of categories that are ordered from least to most. So you are ordering them. Don't know numerical distance from each category to the next. Examples: Miss America results, first place, runner-up, second, third. So the same sports person. So once they have completed their 100 meters race, then you will ask them to come to the dais based on the first, second, third. That is, earlier you gave chess number. Now you are you are calling the same sports person after 100 meters race, and you will be calling the first one who got first place, and one who got runner up, or one who got second place, and one who got third place. Even in the quiz programs that we are conducting, and we are arranging students based on first, second, third. That is ordinal scale. Then military rank is also ordinal scale. Letter grade in class. Suppose A, B, C, D. So, for example, A plus plus. Suppose in schools they are giving A plus plus, A plus, A, B plus plus, B plus, B. So, this grade also ordinal scale. So, it denotes some quality. And what quality? On the basis of quality you have been ordered. In the school classroom, in your classroom, suppose you have 30 students, and the 30 students, based on their ability, you are giving some letter grades. For example, you can give A plus plus, A plus, and you can give A and B plus plus, B plus, B, like that. So it denotes some quality. Some quality is possessing, and that quality is ordered in the total classroom based on the other students' performance. You are grouping them in an order. So a degree is held, how many degrees held, when you are ordering them based on the degrees held. And even you can count teachers who are having more, who are possessing most number of degrees and diplomas, and you can order them. So most number of degrees is having 10 diplomas, and another one is having 9 diplomas, like that. In that scale, if you are placing them, that is also ordinal scale. Medical condition. You see, medical condition of a patient. Satisfactory, serious condition, guarded, critical condition. So that also ordering them based on. Normally in the hospitals, people will be grouped. Very serious will be in ICU, in intensive care unit, and the next people who are being under observation will be guarded, and satisfactory patients will be in a position to will be discharged today or tomorrow, like that. Then they will be having some they will have earmarked some places in the hospital itself. The critical patients will be in the ICU, and other patients will be in the next portion, and other persons will be in the last place, and those who are going to discharge today or tomorrow will be in the other lobby. So in that way they will be classifying the patients, and that is also ordinal scale. And rank order of your preference from first to 4 of Ruffles, Doritos, and Cheetos, Fritos. Now this rank order of your preference. Which one you are preferring? Cheetos, either you prefer Cheetos, or even you can ask your students, your children, which biscuit you are liking, which candy you are liking, which like that. If they like, then you can give. So that is known as ordinal data. So now once again I say these nominal data and ordinal data are used for qualitative data research, or qualitative data analysis, or descriptive data analysis. And this interval scale and ratio scales are used for quantitative data analysis. And you should know the difference between quantitative data analysis and qualitative data analysis, that we will discuss after the types of scales is over. Now let us see interval scale. For your sake, I read this slide. Scale with values, and there is the same numerical distance between each value. So there is a same numerical distance that I will explain to you. There is a same numerical distance between each value. The scale has an arbitrary 0 point, no true meaningful 0 point. Because 0, it means 0 also denotes some quality. Whereas, suppose if you say a person has got 50, is getting 15,000 salary, 25,000 salary, 0 salary means no salary. But here, in temperature, can you say that it's a 0 temperature means, can you assume that it is nothing? It is very, very dangerous situation. 0 temperature. It has gone to 0 temperature. Definitely we have to have what we have woolen cloths. We have woolen cloths. That kind of type of cloths we have to have. That 0 here denotes some quality. That is, but it is an arbitrary point, but it is also meaningful. That is what it says. It's a meaningful 0 point. 0 degrees Celsius in Kashmir. My brother is working in Kashmir in military, and he is working in Kashmir. There is 0 degrees Celsius means very cool climate. Definitely you have to go with the weather shoes and weather shoes, weather coats, and all these things you have to wear. That means it indicates a meaningful thing. That is, suppose if you are saying zero temperature, then you can also say the you can say date and other things you can think of. What else? And the boiling point and all, no, that and all you can think of this interval scale. Current temperature, many behavioral science questionnaires, IQ means so this one you see, and this is a linear type of scale, and how appealing is this cereal box to children? How appealing is this cereal box to children? Here see, not at all is denoting -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 means very appealing, very good appealing. And here -3 means not at all, because to that degree it is not appealing. Here 0 denotes some meaningful interpretation. There it is 0 appealing. It is not at all appealing. So here it denotes a meaningful point. That's why these are the examples. The linear Likert type of scale, and -2, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. There is a quality of a person, or a quality of a parent, or but trait of a person, or trait of a thing. That you can say for this. You can put it in this interval scale. Even if you ask the job satisfaction of teachers, you can put the same scale. You can now you can in the COVID-19 period, the children are at home now. You can ask them, are you happy at home? You can use this scale, and not at all happy, very happy, and 0 means no, not at all, nothing like that. So this is the interval scale. Now see, this is Fahrenheit, Celsius. Here 0 denotes it's going minus. The 0 means it denotes it is minus. Then there are values again, below which, that is what is known as interval scale. Then ratio scale. Here ratio data measured on a continuous scale, and it does have a true 0 point. It has a true 0 point. True 0 point means, I already told, age. Age means definitely you are starting from your birth. Then weight, you are starting from 0. Height, you are starting from height. That is why it has a true 0 point. That means below true, nothing is there. But in interval scale, below 0, there were some quality, there were some values. But here in ratio scale, below 0, there are no values, because 0 is a true 0. Whereas in that 0 is not a true 0. It was an arbitrary one. It was given to denote minus values also. Okay, now you could and I think now you could have understood. This ratio scale with the scores where there is the same numerical distance between each score. Same numerical distance between each score. Definitely, when we construct a scale, definitely there will be same distance. Will be +1, +2, +3. Like that only we will go. Will not go +1, +3 like that. So that is why it has same numerical distance, both in interval scale as well as in ratio scale. It both will have same numerical distance. The scale has a true, meaningful 0 point that anchors the scale. Only scale that allows you to make ratio comparisons, such as Maribel's income is 35% more than Susan's. How do we compare? Suppose I told you an example. A person A is getting 15,000 as salary. Person B is getting 30,000 as salary. Now we can see, and then the person B is getting 100% more salary, more than person A. Like that you can say. So in order to give a comparison, in order to give a ratio, we are using this ratio scale. Examples: weight of a package of candy. How much weight it has. Number of times you return to a restaurant after visiting it the first time. How many times you have visited this restaurant. That also counted. Then amount of money in your checking account. How much amount you are having in your account. Definitely it starts from 0. Number of questions correct on a quiz. Suppose there is no below 0, there is no value, but in a quiz program. So number of questions you have correct on a quiz, it is also ratio scale. Then distance from San Antonio to Laredo. So is the distance from one place. We can take example, distance from Madras to Bangalore. Like that you can have the distance. There, when you start from Chennai, or when you start from Madras or Chennai, there starts 0, And when you reach Bangalore, definitely it will be showing some kilometers. So no, you can say 200 and 300 cross, 200 kilometers I cross. That is given in that particular value. That is the ratio scale. The ratio data is the most sensitive data, powerful type of data. Ratio measures contain the most precise information about each observation that is made. Example. Let us see the example. Time as a unit of measure. You can measure the unit time. What is the time now? Distance as a unit of measure. Setting an odometer to 0 before beginning a trip. So in a car, you are setting the odometer to 0 before starting your trip. And after reaching the particular place, you can calculate how many kilometers you have crossed, and you can also check your mileage. You can check your mileage like that. For that, ratio data, and weight and height as units of measure. Both weight and height as the units of measure you can take. These are all ratio data. You can see this is 1 inch equal to 1 mile. 1 inch equal to 1 mile. 5 girls is 5 girls versus 15 boys. In a classroom, the total number of girls and total number of boys. Then you can see that ratio is 1 girl for 3 boys. Like that. The ratio you are fixing. This is the ratio scale. Then level sum estimate, you see, once again, I would like to give a comprehensive view of all these 4 scales: nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio scale. Nominal, it is gender, you are identifying students based on male, female, or any other numbers you are giving, or any other coding system you are using. That is known as nominal scale. And next is ordinal scale. You are asking the bright students to the first row, and next you are arranging them based on their merit. That is known as ordinal scale. Position in a race. Then interval scale, temperature in Fahrenheit. For example, see 0, it has arbitrary 0, but below which there are values. That's why it is no true 0, because below which there are values. That's why it is interval scale. Fahrenheit, temperature, order, equal differences. Then ratio scale, you can take money, that's 0. Start from 0, you can go up to $500, like that. 500. Suppose you can start from 0 and you can have 1 lakh or 10 lakh or 15 lakhs, like that. You can say these are all levels of measurement. Scales of measurement, you can see this is a chart which gives you an idea about a nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, ratio scale. In the nominal scale, it is only labeled. You are putting a label. After the product, have you seen shops which will be getting products from the wholesalers? After getting products from the wholesalers, they will label, and the shop label will be there, and they will be put a number like that, number or price tag like that they will be giving. That is label. That is known as nominal data. That is nominal label only. The nominal labeled only. In the ordinal, both labeled as well as ordered, meaningful order. They will be placed in meaningful order. That is ordinal scale. In interval scale, we are doing label, ordering, and measurable difference. Measurable difference also we are putting the difference between other products. And then in ratio, we are having all labeling, ordering, measuring difference, and measurable difference. Then true zero starting point also we have. These are all the scales of measurement and its qualities. Now let us see what is quantitative data. Now earlier I discussed quantitative data and qualitative data. Quantum means numbers. Numbers means the inequalities which will be converted into numbers and used for calculation is known as quantitative data. Inequality, for example, you can assume that student A has got 90% mark, student B has got 80% mark, student C has got 70% mark. Now you are giving first rank to 90% student A, B 2, and C 3, 1, 2, 3, like that you are given numbers, and you can calculate how many bright students are there in your school, and how many first students are, how many the bright students are there in your school, and how many poor students are there in the school. If you are asking all the students, you are making numbers to them and counting, and then you are giving some in a quantum number way. That is known as quantitative data, some quality. So, and I would like to say another example. And if you can fix, if you go to a restaurant, normally they are giving feedback form. In that feedback form, you give your satisfaction towards a pizza you have bought, and you have tasted pizza, and you give your feedback. In the feedback form, they will be given a very taste from 0 to 1 or 1 to 10. In the 10 is the most liked, and you give your rating. So suppose all of you are preferring 10 meal, and it quality of taste is converted into number. What number? 10. And 10 means the most satisfied, most tastier, yummy pizza, like that if you feel. So that the most yummy or some quality of a particular thing, particular product is converted into number 10. So that number 10 is used for higher level of calculations. That is known as quantitative data analysis. I hope you all have understood. Quantitative data is data that can be expressed as a number or can be quantified. In other words, quantitative data can be measured by numerical variables. And quantitative data are easily amenable to statistical manipulation and can be represented with a wide variety of statistical types of graphs, chords, such as line, graph, bar graph, scatter plot, box, and whisker plot, etc., etc. So again, I take the same example. You have visited a pizza shop, Pizza Hut. Assume that you have visited Pizza Hut, and you have tasted pizza. Here there are pizza, veg pizza, chicken pizza, and egg pizza, and you have tasted any one pizza, and then the shop owner, shopkeeper has given you a feedback form. In that feedback form, he has asked about the tastiness of that particular pizza, and the tastiness is from not liking to the most likely, most tasty, and that is given in the scale of 1 to 10. And actually you have given 10, or some of your friends might have given 9 as a value for that particular pizza, because a little bit not I cannot give full credit to that pizza. I can give 1 minus, like that, 9 or 10. So 9 and 10 represent the tastiness or the sweetness or the yumminess of that pizza. So here the quality of the product is converted into quantity. The quality is converted into quantity, and now that quantity we are taking for our analysis. That statistical type of now like you, more 100, you can assume that 100 students might have given 10. If 100 students have given the same 10, then they can say that our pizza is, that is now 100 most liked by 100% liked by consumers, like that, customers, 100% liked by customers, like that they can say. So but in the same, can you group all of them? Suppose if they are giving in a writing, so very tasty, yummy, like that. If they are writing, we are just giving a blank sheet and asking them to write about the pizza they have taken. And if they write, all the 100%, can you compile them? That is very difficult. So in that way, we are giving some scale in which we are giving some numerical values, and the numerical values, we are easily compiling these numerical values, and we are doing some statistical analysis, and we can put charts also, graphs also, 100% satisfied. And suppose some of them have 8, 9, 10, so we can say, for example, 10% have given feedback that 8% they are satisfied up to 8, up to level 8. And somehow you can say that 80% of students, customers have given the rating that they are satisfied with the pizza up to level 9. Like that they can give. So for the quality is converted into quantity for the sake of analysis, for the statistical analysis, and for not only for the statistical analysis, after statistical analysis, for graphical presentation also. That is why it is known as quantitative data analysis. Then key characteristics of quantitative data. Let me read it out. It can be quantified and verified. Data can be counted. Data type, number, and statistic. It answers questions such as how many, how much, and how often. Examples of quantitative data: scores on tests and exams. Example: 85, 67, 90, and etc. All these exams I have already given to you. The weight of a person or a subject, how much weight he is having, and the number of hours study, about a person studies, the shoe size, the square feet of an apartment, the temperature in a room, the volume of a gas, etc. All these are all quantified data. Types of quantitative data, there are two general types of quantitative data. One is discrete data, a count that involves integers. Only a limited number of values is possible. The discrete values cannot be subdivided into parts. For example, the number of children in a school is discrete data. So once again I read, it involves integers. Only a limited number of values is possible because the number of children in a school is discrete data. You can count whole individuals. You can't count 1.5 kids. This is an example for discrete data. You can take it as it is, but in a oil company, you can take liters, 1.5 liters, 3 liters, 3.5 liters, like that. But in the school, in the classroom, the students cannot be a continuous data. It will be only a discrete data. Each individual is taken as a whole. But in the oil company, you can take oil, and even if you go to a flour mill and where you can measure the weight of flour, and you can have it is a continuous one, but it is not a discrete data. But the school students is a whole you can take. That is why it is called as discrete data. Now let us see continuous data. What is continuous data? Information that could be meaningfully divided into finer levels. It can be measured on a scale or continuum and can have almost any numerical value. For example, you can measure your height at precise scales. Even suppose you can go and check your height on 175 60 centimeters, 177 centimeters, like that you can measure. And weight also you can measure 83 kg or 84 kg, 85 kg. But there are some, you could have seen. I will give an example so that you can easily understand. Suppose if you are going to a market now, even in the vegetable market you can see, and people when they are buying some vegetables, they cannot take they cannot cut. Suppose you are buying 1 kg tomatoes means, so you will be changing the fruits and the small fruit instead of big fruits, because in order to bring it to under 1 kg, because it cannot be cut and given to you. So there are some vegetables which can be cut and measured and given to you. These are all the differences. So even coconut, you can now they are all these products now they are selling based on weight. Earlier they were not selling all these things based on weight. So now they are making these discrete data into continuous data. Thereby they are measuring the weight and giving value to it. Even if you go to a big bazaar where you can see, and based on weight, automatically the price will come. So based on weight it will give automatic value. The earlier and all, even this discrete, I will give you an example. Suppose we are going to a fish market. The fish, what kg it comes, you have to buy. So normally, can the fish market owner cut the head and give it to you? Will give it to you or no? As a continuous data? No, it is not possible. So now what do they do? They change the big size into small size so that it brings under 1 kg, or to bring under 1 kg, to bring under 2 kg, like that. They are changing the fish. The same way in the vegetable market also they are changing the fruits. They are changing the tomatoes. They are changing in order to bring under 1 kg, like that. So, but it is a discrete data, but we are making it as a continuous one. So that's why. But it is very, very easy for selling oil mill and for flour mill and for other, even in rice, they can easily count. Even oil, just 1 liter, 2 liters, that's all. Or 1.5 liter, 1.7 liter, 1.6 liter, like that they can give. So continuous data is information that could be meaningfully divided into finer levels. It can be measured on a scale or continuum and can have almost any numerical value. For example, you can measure your height at very precise scales, meters, centimeters, millimeters, and etc. That is known as continuous data, and the students in the classroom is the discrete data. So this is quantitative data analysis. Types of data. Now actually we have 2 types of data: quantitative data, quantitative data. And you can see qualitative data, names, nominal scale, ordinal scale comes under qualitative data. Quantitative is the data, and you can disclose an exam, interval scale, order, the scale and ratio scale comes under quantitative data. Now you see qualitative data analysis. And qualitative data analysis is outlined as a method of consistently looking and composing the interview records, observation notes, or completely different non-textual materials that the investigator accumulates to increase the understanding of an event. The process of analyzing qualitative data preponderantly involves writing or categorizing the information. Primarily, it involves making sense of massive amounts of data by reducing the amount of raw information, followed by distinctive important patterns, and eventually drawing meaningful knowledge and later building a logical pattern. Don't worry about that. I have read all these things, but I would like to give I will give a simple example for you. Qualitative data analysis is nothing but you are all doing some observation record, interview records, or case study record. Normally in B.Ed degree program, you are doing some case study record. That time you are asked to go and observe the students in their home setting. When you are going to home, then you will keep a diary where you will go. Morning at 9 o'clock, I went to his home, and at that time when I went to his home, his mother and father were there, and his brothers were playing in the ground. And he was his home is a thatched roof, and he was having a little space for sitting. And I said, so like this, if you write a detailed description of a person, of a student, when you visit him at his home, and suppose the same person you are observing in a playground, how does he, what type of behavior he exhibits in the playground? You are just without knowingly or unknowingly you are observing him, and in the playground he is not playing, he is simply sitting while his friends are playing. He is not taking part in the playful activities, but whether he is in a joyous mode or not. So when you write a detailed description, all these things will be like a story writing. There will be like a more or less like a story writing, more or less like a detailed description, like writing a novel. A person is coming with coming with a tidy hair, and coming with a neat hair, combed hair, coming with the very luxurious clothes he is wearing. And he is wearing ornaments, and he is coming with a majestic look. And when you write all these things, these are all qualitative data analysis. And let us see the different types of qualitative data analysis. Qualitative data analysis has been an increased popularity in the last few decades, and is becoming widely accepted. And one thing is, in qualitative data analysis, you cannot cook the data. You cannot manipulate the data. Whereas if you are you are converting the quality into quantity, there are possibilities for manipulation. But here there are no manipulation. You have to write a detailed description. And in my if my memory goes right, I have seen one episode in this Discovery Channel where a person is a traveler, and wherever he visits, he makes note of the things which are all available in the particular area. For example, in the forest he visits, he will write a diary. Morning 9 o'clock, I went to that forest, and that time what are the things I saw, and how was it? When he writes a detailed description, that is known as data analysis. Detailed explanation you are giving, detailed information you are giving. The way in which the animals behave, the way in which he attacked the animals, the way in which he managed his food, the way in which he crossed the river, the way in which he crossed the mountains, and all. When he writes all these things, these are all a description. A description is nothing but writing so many things about a particular. Suppose even you can do a description of how you felt in the COVID-19 at home. You can see morning I regularly chores. You can write, and all these things you write daily morning chores. Morning 9 o'clock, morning 6 o'clock I woke up and I took coffee or something like that. And after that I went for studies, and like that. If you start writing about yourself in one day, that is, you will be having nearly minimum 3 or 4 pages. You will be having a detailed description of you. What are the things you did? What are the things you have not done? What are the things you planned? What are the things you have not executed? And all these things will come. There is known as descriptive data analysis. In other words, qualitative data analysis. You can see. Now let us read. And because the qualitative data analysis has been an increased popularity in the last 2 decades. It is becoming widely accepted across a wide range of medical and health disciplines, including health services research, health technology assessment, nursing, and allied health. See, qualitative data they have been using. Now, people are finding it very difficult to manage with COVID-19. problems, and the doctors are not able to give a proper medication to these COVID-19 patients, and they are just they are in a transfixed state, whether to what type of medicines to be given, what type of reactions will be there and all. At the time, suppose a nurse is sitting there and he is just recording the COVID-19 patient's case and what are the treatments given. And you could have seen another thing I would like to say. And when you visit a hospital, in the hospital, in the patient's bed, there will be a chart. There will be a paper and cardboard will be there. They would have written the patient history. This is patient history will be there. In the patient history, the doctor, when a particular doctor visits, he will write his observation. Say in the time of visit, and he will say the patient is stable, patient is improving. The doctor will recommend and go. And next the doctor will come and he will also write in the patient history. The patient history will be attached with the bed of the patient, and you can see the history. So in the same way, even we can observe the COVID-19 patients, how do they behave, what medication they are reacting, in what way they are reacting, are they improved or not. When you record all these things, you can easily find out which medication is most suitable for the COVID-19 patients. So this kind of descriptive data is used for researchers. Suppose you are giving treatment, you are treating your school students. Suppose you are they are adapted to chalk and talk method. You are using blackboard and teaching instead of chalk and talk method. You are using television in the classroom. You are using the same. You can observe the students' behavior. Now, I have seen a lot of memes recently about these online classes. And the teachers are painstakingly taking classes, but students who are sitting, lying in bed and doing different activities, just muting that video and audio, they are listening and doing all these activities. This is a behavior you can make an analysis. How do your children behave when online classes are going on at your home? You can make whether they are attentive or they are playful or they are yawning or they are doing some mischievous pranks. Just muting it or unmuting it, and all these things you can write a detailed description. That is known as descriptive data analysis. Nothing difficult. And here we can have examples of qualitative data analysis. Qualitative data analysis, additionally known as categorical data. Since this data can be classified, it can be classified only. That's why already I told you nominal data and ordinal data are qualitative data analysis. Here one example is given. Think about a student reading a paragraph from a book throughout all the class sessions. A lecturer who is listening to the reading offers a feedback on how the child reads that paragraph. If the teacher offers a feedback supported fluency, intonation, throw of words, clarity in pronunciation while not giving a grade to the child, this is considered an example of qualitative knowledge. The cake is orange, blue and black in color, qualitative. The females have brown, black, blonde and red hair, qualitative. See, it gives a detailed description about a girl. Females have brown, black, blonde and red hair. So this gives a detailed description of qualitative data. In qualitative data and the qualitative analysis, this can be divided into the following 5 categories. One is content analysis. Normally we are doing content analysis before choosing content for your lesson. That refers to the method of categorizing verbal or activity data to classify, summarize and tabulate the information. The content can be analyzed on 2 levels: descriptive, what's the data; interpretive, what was meant by the data. Descriptive, what's the data and what is the implication of the data. Interpretive of the data. Using content analysis, researchers will quantify and analyze the presence, meanings and relationships of such words, themes or ideas. Content analysis is employed to spot the intentions, focus or communication trends of a personal, cluster or establishment. Content analysis is employed to explain attitudinal and behavioral responses to communications. It is employed to reveal patterns in communication content. Patterns of communication content. What is content analysis? Nothing but after making a detailed description about a person for 2 days or 3 days, you are just jotting down. You are sitting in a place, you are compiling all these things, and you are doing some analysis of the based on the basic theme of the observation. That is known as content analysis. Then narrative analysis, it will be giving a narration of what went wrong, what happened one by one That is narrative analysis. It will be giving a narration. Normally, what do you mean by narration? Just like a commentary, it will be giving narration. He came and he saw here and there, and he was moving, and when you start a story, it's more like writing a story. Have you read a novel? In novel, no, it will be giving a detailed description. No, a narration. It will be giving a narration of how the event occurred. That is known as narrative analysis. And another one is discourse analysis. What went? How happened? In a discourse. How happened in that particular situation. So there is suppose there are two persons who are coming and they are doing some they are making some fight or some they are making some joint venture at the time that how the discourses went, how these two persons met, and how do these two persons involved and created. And when you analyze all these things, it is known as the discourse analysis. It's an associative term for several traditions by which discourse is also analyzed. Discourse analysis may be a technique of analyzing a naturally occurring interaction. That's why I said when two persons are coming, when they are interacting, you are now observing and you are seeing how the interaction went. Who started first and who started next. And what was his question, what was his reply. So when you do analysis on this, this is known as discourse analysis. Then framework analysis. So everyone usually have a framework. The framework is an associative approach to qualitative data analysis. It provides researchers a scientific structure to manage, analyze, and determine themes, and is especially helpful with massive volumes of text. When you have a massive volumes, then you can go for framework analysis. Normally, in descriptive data, you do not go for framework analysis. There are many distinct phases for there in framework analysis. That is familiarization, transcribing and reading the information. And these are the framework analysis. In the framework analysis, there are 5 types. Identifying a thematic framework, initial coding framework that is developed from each problem, priority and emerging. Coding using numerical or textual codes, and charts created using headings from thematic framework, and mapping and integration. Mapping and integration is the final one in the framework of analysis. Then last one is grounded theory. Already we have studied grounded theory. Grounded theory is the basic research, phenomenal research. And last one of my sessions, one student asked the question, what do you mean by phenomenological research? And I can give you one example. So biryani eating is a phenomena in particular period. Suppose if we take in Velur, Ambur, and most of the people are taking biryani. You can take this as a phenomena. The phenomena of people taking biryani. Suppose if you can see, and Madurai people are fond of parathas, and you can see, and if you want to make a study on that, the phenomena of Madurai is taking paratha. Like that. In common it is saying that if you want to make a study, you can make a study. That study is known as phenomenological research. Here in grounded theory involves gathering and analysis of data. The idea is grounded in actual data, which implies the analysis and development of theories. It is very high level. Based on the theory itself will change based on the grounded theory analysis. Basic structure, basic idea is going to be changed based on this grounded theory. Grounded theory is associated inductive comparative methodology that gives systematic guidelines for gathering, synthesizing, analyzing, and conceptualizing qualitative data for the purpose of data gathering and modeling. In efforts to identify empirical social phenomena and construct theories that are constrained by those phenomena, majority options and theories of grounded theory adopt 3 major categories of data coding, memoranda, and theoretical sampling. First, when they get data, they bring coding, and they are writing a detailed description, that is memoranda, and then they are taking a sampling in that also, that is theoretical sampling. So we need not go deep into that. In GT, data gathering and data analysis are interactive. From the time data assortment begins, grounded theories interact in data analysis that ends up in additional data collection, subsequent data analysis, and so on. So in order to give an example for grounded theory, there is a theory that people take traditional food, and we are seeing a new culture of taking biryani or taking paratha or something like that. And when these things are happening in a large scale, then we have to make some changes in the basic thing of traditional code. That it will be automatically adapted into traditional code. That is why it is known as grounded theory. Grounded theory. These are all the 5 theories in qualitative data research. In qualitative research, data research. Once again, I start from the beginning. The content analysis and narrative analysis, discourse analysis, and discourse analysis. Then fourth one is framework analysis, and fifth one is known as grounded theory. These are all qualitative data analysis. And with this, I would like to conclude my session today. I hope I will meet you for the next session in the same week. The next possibly on Saturday we will meet again. And I would like to complete this research in education before the colleges resume their work, before university starts, because so that I can have a sense of fulfillment once I complete the research in education, the entire all the 4 units. So I hope you all might have enjoyed my class. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. Now the session is over. Now I leave this forum to audience for sharing their knowledge, for asking questions. Thank you so much for patient listening. I think that after one big gap again, I have come for research education, and I have to maintain the tempo because most of the students are MS students, and it will be useful for their examinations, forthcoming university examinations, government examinations, and for many researchers also it will be useful. So let me conclude research in education first. We will go to TED later on because TED is so far not yet advertised. It will take time. So beforehand I would like to finish research in education. So in the next coming sessions will be only on research in education, not on TET or not on Indian history. Okay. Now the host can ask the participants to share those questions in the chat box.
Thank you so much for your valuable session and stuff. So it's very useful information for us, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Participants, if you have any queries, please post down your questions in the chat box. Now I invite Mr. Dr. Arogya Priscilla, Principal, Mangair Karasi College of Education, Madurai, to deliver the vote of thanks.
I can see the post. One student has posted a question. Yes, Nitya. What is known as scatter plot and whisker plot? When in the later part of our sessions, we will go for correlation analysis and all. When we go for correlation and other analysis, correlations are based in scatter plot and whisker plot. That we will discuss later on. And next question by M. Suguna Devi. What are the important qualities of any researcher? You always search for new. That is the new important quality. You always search for new. You always think of original. Don't duplicate. That is the quality that I expect. And another question by Tandil Sumitra Vinayak. What is the question? What is meant by continuous data? Then I give examples. Oil or flow, like that. It is a continuous data. Centimeters, millimeters. So it is a continuous data. But whereas in the classroom, students are discrete data. Basket full of mangoes, basket full of, you cannot cut 105 kg, just you cannot cut. I gave one example, vegetable market. When you go to a vegetable market, and because the fish is a discrete one, and in order to make it is a continuous one, we are they will not cut and give it to you. So it is a discrete data. In continuous data, the difference between fish and the difference between oil. Oil is the continuous data. Okay. So before I got another question posted by one scholar. Many thanks have come, and I would like to see the previous one. Can anyone help me? Another one question was I saw that another one question by the participants. Another one question by the participants. Can anyone read and that question? Go up. One example, like one question student asked, I couldn't see. Can anyone post that question one time? Oh, this cost. What are the new important points of the new researcher? Then, okay, no questions.
What is meant by, excuse me, sir? What is meant by continuous add data? That's
that is what I gave now. Example. The fish, all the fish, no, it's a discrete one. But when you take oil or height or weight, all are continuous data because it can measure in 1.5 inches, 1.6 inches, like that. But you cannot measure that. That is no discrete. Student, each unit is taken as a whole. You cannot compartmentalize. But whereas there are some items that we can measure. We can take 1.6 liter oil if you want. We can take. Suppose you are taking your motorbike. You are going to a petrol pump. You are not asking 1 liter. You are asking for 200 rupees or 100 rupees. You put petrol like that. You are asking. There is a continuous data. There is a continuous one. I hope that person has got answer for that question. If they are satisfied with their answer, they can post question. They can post yes, okay, like that. Share box. So many thanks. Thank you so much for your patient listening. Okay. Thank you. Kalai Selvi, Justina. Thank you so much. Brendan, Sumitra, when I go, okay. Thank you. Okay, I hope she is satisfied. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Suguna Devi, you are always enthusiastic. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, participants. Okay, thank you so much. We will meet again. I hope I would like to complete research in education before lockdown is relaxed.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Absolutely, we miss you, sir. We miss your research education class. After a small gap, you continue and you are workaholic. We know that. This is the day to listen and meet your center head after a small gap, but it will continue. Exactly. First and foremost, I express my gratitude to Almighty Lord. Lord, please bless us and be with us in every minute in the pandemic situation. I am very grateful to Honorable Professor Dr.N. Panjanadam, VC Sir, in Tamilnadu Teacher Education University, Professor and Head said, my wholehearted thanks for taking a time to think about us for the development of a center and civil service in TNPSC coaching. With your indirect and direct support only, we are achieving and facing too many challenges in this pandemic situation. It is a very challenging for us to move in step-by-step manner. Really, we are all blessed to work in this Tamilnadu Teacher Education University and the affiliated colleges. Really, my sincere thanks and wholehearted thanks to you, sir, DC sir. And next, I have to thank Registrar and Controller of In Charge in an indirect support to us to lead us in a perfect path. I express my gratitude to today's most respected, honorable, and beloved Professor Dr.N.Ramakrishnan, our center head, member syndicate, Professor and Head in Department of Education Technology in Tamilnadu Education University. Sir, you are a role model. You are a role model. We will never forget what you have taught today, especially research in education from part 1 to part 4. I use this platform to express my desire as a participant. We need more guidance in the research in education area. You already mentioned that I will complete the particular unit, or I will complete the particular session even before releasing the lecture. We hope so, sir. We are very enjoyable in that particular moment. I am happy to express my gratitude in a technical way too, sir. With your guidance and all dimension of support, our Mangekrasi group of institution also has started the online classes for second year students, teachers in BA in our college. So I learned this technical knowledge as a teamwork from you only, sir, and we are implementing in our college too. No words to express and fulfill your gratitude, sir. Thank you so much for today's scale of.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Test is there. As usual, test is there. Students, you enjoy the test.
Sir.
And
yes, sir. I have prepared and then I have gave the link.
Learning will be complete. Learning will be complete only you write the test.
Yes, sir. I have
Thank you
posted
so
the
much
link
for all the participants. A new entry into our team, Mrs. Sarada. I hope she did well. I welcome her, and I hope all our team enjoyed. Damoran, Priscilla, Prasida, and Divya, Jamna Rani, Revati, Murgeswari, then Umarani, then what else? Suganya, and if I have left anybody, just remind me. And I have mentioned all the persons. Mutrani, very important. Mutrani, for technical support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my team. And thank you. We will continue to do service to our student community. And I hope I will complete all research in education before lockdown. It's relaxed. Thank you so much. In the next session will also be, all my continuous sessions will be only on research in education. So once I left a gap, and I too found it very difficult to come back to the same mode, same tempo. So that's why I would like to complete the research in education as a whole. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the participants. Thank you, my dear students.
Shall I continue, sir?
We will continue our journey towards learning. Thank you.
Next, I have to thank the participants from various colleges, the principals who are all allowing to do that in online classes, to observe our webinar very eagerly and every day. And I have to thank the host, Mrs. Saratha ma'am, Mr. Scholar, who is working as an assistant professor in Vatanjathiram, Sakti College of Education in Vatanjathiram. Thank you for your valuable words, ma'am. And thank you for the technical support. Today's technical support, Mrs. Revati and Mrs. Murgeswari. And I have to thank all our team members. Without the teamwork, we couldn't do anything. So I have to thank and I have to express my gratitude to everyone. Last but not least, today's and everyday's hero and heroine is our participants. I thank each and every one of you to lead this particular webinar in a successful and grand manner. Thank you, dear participants. Thank you for this opportunity, host. Thank you.
Thank you,
ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So shall we conclude the session, sir?
We'll conclude.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Shall I wind up the session, sir?